Hey everybody, it's me, Mickie Giacomini, and today on Money Matters, we're going to start off right where so many people, in fact, 70 to 75% of young adults get stuck at this certain point of life on their financial future. So today I have with me a special guest. I have with me Marcus Goins, and he is going to help us with getting on track for our financial future, especially if you're a young adult and you're trying to figure out how to get unstuck. So here we go. Hey, Marcus, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm so thrilled to have you with us today because I know you are an expert on getting on track. So that's fantastic. And I know you have so much to share and have some great tips for our viewers. So tell me, recently you wrote a blog post and it was about getting back on track, and you talked about how many people don't stall because of money, they stall because of life. What do you mean by that?
Well, I just kind of look at the behaviors behind things. I work in the nonprofit right now, and we deal with a lot of people with various behavioral issues and just things we do to emotionally cope. This is like things like retail therapy, substance abuse. These are all ways that we try to cope with these things. And if you want to be financially stable and get financial freedom, we're going to have to address these behaviors. And kind of some things Dave Ramsey talks about is just kind of coming to terms with where you're at, and remembering how that feels, being in that position, being stuck. Granted, that could be easier said than done, but it is possible, and we see people change all the time.
Yeah, so basically it's a momentum problem, right? So it's not so much a money problem, it's a momentum problem, and getting that momentum going and staying going. Is that what you would say?
Yeah, definitely. It's like for a lot of us that maybe aren't doing so well, we kind of got a momentum going almost in a negative direction. And so it's just gradually slowing down that momentum and then changing direction.
Sure. I think, some of the things that you just mentioned, like retail therapy, substance abuse, those sorts of things, I think there's a lot of people out there who can really relate to that. And actually, regardless of age, really. And it really can affect your financial future. You talk about building a financial house on rock versus sand.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for young adults these days? I mean, I think I know what it means for me as a not so young adult, but what does that mean for our young adults?
It's just having your priorities straight, kind of like we were talking about with retail therapy. These are ways that we emotionally cope. With social media being so present, we're always constantly comparing ourselves to others. And now, rather than maybe in previous generations, you would only compare yourself to people within your circle, your city, whatever. Now we're comparing ourselves with people all around the world. And for instance, men might be comparing their success or their finances, and women could be comparing their beauty. It's just become hyper competitive. And with that, we see people trying to cope with it. When we compare, a lot of times we feel inadequate, insufficient, like we're not enough.
Yeah.
And I think a core of building on the rock is kind of seeing value in yourself, whether that's God or another religion or another spiritual belief, but just knowing your self-worth transcends that. When we're constantly comparing, we're trying to find emotional relief from that. For instance, just like an example would be someone is working a job and they get in a fight at work or whatever, and they just want to go like kind of treat themselves. So they go spend $60, $100 on a haircut or a nice meal, and
Right.
might not be within their budget, and they just did that to kind of emotionally regulate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's huge. It's a lot,
Yeah.
right? And this is an issue that's real. It's impacting so many at such a higher scale than I think we ever would have imagined when social media came on the scene decades ago, right?
Right.
And it's a real problem. It's a real situation. It's a tool that can be used for good and not so good. And unfortunately, we are seeing that impact with the not so good for a lot of people, and especially our youth and our young adults. And that's a lot of pressure. So I guess the question is, how do you break that cycle?
Sometimes people will reach out to professional help. For me, I do a reflection journal, and in that, I'm able to have great rewards and kind of be able to analyze my behavior. Granted, everyone might not do that, but just having time to sit with yourself and reflect. A lot of times we're just so caught up in an emotional tornado of feeling insufficient, inadequate, and constantly trying to cope with that through various means. We never get distance from it to be like, okay, I'm feeling this way because of this, or I'm spending money on this because I'm trying to cope. For instance, like someone may feel they're not successful enough or financially stable enough, and to kind of cope with that, they may go buy some nicer like some designer clothes or something. You know, they use that to kind of emotionally regulate and feel better themselves.
Right. It's filling a void.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely. And that when that happens, it's so temporary. It's so temporary. And then it causes many people to go out and do it again and again and again, because they had that little tiny glimpse of how it filled the void for a moment.
Right.
But then it doesn't last. So then that's what perpetuates the cycle. So breaking it, I really loved your analogy of the emotional tornado. That's really great. And to write in the reflection journal, that's amazing, because it's kind of in your face when you do something like that. It's like, okay, I wrote it down, and then it's right there, you know? So I love that. That is such a great tip. I think so many of our viewers can really appreciate that.
Yeah, kind of finding the root of where these emotions are flowing from.
Sure. Yeah. Helps you dig deeper. Yeah. And it's easy to go back, and because it's a reflection journal, to go back and refresh your memory and keep digging, because, you know, otherwise with some of these other ways that you were mentioning to cope, that's just temporary.
Right.
So this kind of, I love that, because it really does help you to keep moving forward. So that's really great.
If you're on financial hard times or whatever, you want to remember what that feels like. So that would be a change in your behavior. For instance, a lot of people with substance use disorders, and they need to remember how bad it could get. So they remember that, and then that kind of acts as an anchor, so they don't want to go back and relive that anymore. Same goes for finances. You know, if you're not where you want to be at, you're kind of in a tough place, you want to remember that feeling and use that to kind of correct your behavior.
Yeah, that's great. I love that whole viewpoint of how you can use your rock bottom, I guess it is, to really help propel you forward, to launch you into financial independence, and help you to be able to get back on track, right?
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Well, everybody, please go to the description and check out the link for Marcus's blog. You're going to love it. And also, while you're there, I will also have in the description, you'll see it, a free checklist for you to go and check out and see if you're on track for your financial future. And if you're not, give us a call. So that's what we're all about. So we're all about getting on track and making sure that we can help our clients to really succeed with their financial independence. So thank you so much, Marcus, for being with us today. Really appreciate it. And we hope you come back again soon to be on the show. And those of you watching, get stable, get prepared, get on track, and start today. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time on Money Matters.